Welcome everyone for all of you who joined us now. We just started the session. We were just about to speak to discuss the first, question or first thoughts in this conversation. This is really a conversational setting. It's not a presentation, nothing formal here. It's a casual conversation to in this circle to share our stories, to empower each other, and to just draw the wisdom from the stories we have, or just sharing thoughts of strength. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the males being here also to in this circle this evening. Really appreciate it. So thank you for joining us. Okay, now, and I typed the question in the chat for the group to see it. Could you share a time when you had to draw on your inner strength to navigate a challenge, and what helped you push through? Facing a challenge and drawing on our inner strength to navigate it. Something that helps us push through. Anyone would like to share? Feel free to unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and speak. Ramona?
Hello, everybody. I always hate when it gets quiet. I just feel like that, you got to say something. So, I my my class is here, so they already know that I have a background in law enforcement. There are not a lot of women in probation, parole, police work. And so that can be challenging in and of itself. But I think one particular challenge that we had is, for our department, we were an armed department. So of course, when we're at the range and we're getting ready to practice, our qualifications, the guys were always like, "Oh, we know the girls ain't going to do nothing. We know the girls, let's let the girls go first because we know the girls aren't going to do nothing." But what some of them didn't know, because we weren't good shots before, many of, at least three of us, we were going to the gun range and we were privately taking lessons. So we didn't say anything. We were just like, okay, just let them talk that fecal matter while they're there. And this time, because it was weeks of it, it wasn't just like a day or two, it was like weeks. They can't shoot, they can't take us down, they can't do any of this stuff. So we decided, okay, well, you know what? We'll just go ahead. My mother used to always say, you don't always have to broadcast your business. Go about your business quietly and then let your actions just show. So, when you're getting teased, I don't know how you guys are, but when you're getting teased, I don't like to be teased. That's why I never, I have an older brother. So I never got involved when he was with his friends and they were, playing jokes on each other, because I didn't want you to say nothing negative about me, because I would be in my feelings. So maybe 6 weeks in, and we, the three of us, we had, like I said, faithfully going to that gun range, working on our shooting, working on our positions, and those kinds of things. So same guys, here we go again. Here we go again, just holding up the line. So we basically had, so it was a little target. We were about maybe 15 yards. We'll just say we're at 15 yards. So you had to make sure that your shots were within the targets. So for the three of us were within, if you guys are familiar with targets at shooting range, it's always at X. So we kind of missed the X a little bit, but we were right there at that 9 mark. And so you can hear all the chatter that we heard before. Now it was quiet. You didn't hear as much behind it, because they did not think that we would be able to do it. And if you don't pass it, not only are you not armed, you don't want to go in the field not being armed, just, with just kind of how it is. And so then we had our defensive tactics. I had an older brother who was 6'4", 210 pounds of muscle, who used to bully me and my two sisters. So we had to learn to fight early. So the main ones who were talking all that mess, we had to pick our, challenger. So I picked somebody like Patrick. Y'all don't know Patrick, but Patrick's like 6'5", 6'6", maybe. So I like, let's get the biggest. Let's get the biggest. We don't want the little midget man. We want a big, tall man. So, the range masters and everybody are like, go. So we basically took those down who were talking about us. Then we did our little girl power thing and we are women, hear us roar. But it's a lot of that, just kind of even now you have, I don't come from the school of, and I'll be the first woman to admit it, I don't come from the school of women can do everything a man can. No, we cannot. We can get close to maybe doing some things that they can do, but I'd never get involved with that. But in this particular instance, going through those hurdles of just the negative comments all the time, and men thinking that we were soft, we couldn't fight. They were like, oh, you guys are gonna get your ass kicked if you go out in the field, so you guys, all of that. It took us weeks to finally settle it down. But once we proved that, yeah, we can shoot, and I'm gonna just tell y'all now I'm a really good shot. So, we do what we can, and I can fight pretty good too. But it's those are hurdles that women from Lucy Burns to Shirley Chisholm and everybody in between had to go through. It's always those challenges, and it's usually not coming from women. It's generally coming from what men are telling women sometimes, so getting over that, you do not know how good we felt leaving that training, knowing that we beat them at their own game. Sometimes we as women, we do have to work a little bit harder. Black women, sometimes we got to work harder and harder in some instances just to overcome that negativity that you constantly hear. And then we just take what's going on right now with just our current political scheme and all the rights they're trying to take away, from women. So sometimes that negative chatter can bring you down, and it can, disappoint you and maybe put you in a different mental place. But at the end of the day, you gotta fight. You gotta overcome it, and you gotta keep moving. So that's just one of my little challenges that I just, wanted to share.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Ramona. Yeah, obviously you take the challenge and you challenge yourself really very well. I love that. Well, when we hear what helped you, like even if I want to ask myself what helped me push through in times of challenges, challenge itself pushes me through sometimes because it motivates success, especially with someone who does not accept to be challenged in a manner that is maybe sometimes like people try to put you down sometimes or doubt your ability. So not to say more. So that's a big challenge, like for me, right? It does motivate me to push through. Anyone would like to share any thoughts around? Okay, well, so speaking of wisdom, what is one piece of wisdom you've gained through your journey that you wish you had known earlier? You think, oh, if I had known this, I wouldn't have done that. So let's say, we gain wisdom as we age with experience in life. Could you share one piece of wisdom that you wish you had gained earlier?
Excuse me, Ms. Lena, is this for the ladies only to share or for the men too?
Oh no, for everybody, for sure. That's yes,
I
it
just
is the
want to ask
women's.
for
Of
respect.
course. No,
Yeah.
no. And we appreciate your presence with us as well as Jonathan, Patrick. It shows a lot. No, it's like it is
Yes.
women's circle, but please.
I'll be brief. One thing is leave it all on the line and on the floor, as they say. I play football and basketball, so no matter what no one else does, give it your all. Always do your part. And I know in my 20s and my being a radical, like I thought, why my team ain't fighting like I am. No one is. So always do your part and worry about that, and the rest will take care of itself. But always give yourself and share your gift with the world. Don't hold back.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Jonathan. No, sorry. Thank you, Cordaro.
You're welcome.
Jonathan, go ahead, please.
Sorry, I shared my Zoom link in our class, so I guess everyone's Jonathan here inside of the Zoom.
It's
So I
okay. I got
apologize.
confused because I saw both names, so don't worry about it. It's my
Yeah, so the reason I didn't speak up for the last question is, and thank you,
yeah.
Cordero, for asking that, because I didn't want to impede too much, but I appreciate opening it up for us as well. I wanted to just really quickly for the previous question on the inner strength.
Yes,
Um,
please.
I'm lucky to have my sister who helped me very, very extensively when my dad passed away a year ago. It was a really hard time for me, and she had the emotional stability because she was there when he had a heart attack, and so she kind of experienced it first-handedly. Where I wasn't, I'm in Texas, so I'm a couple states away, and I had a hard time because I wasn't able to be there for him when she was, and she, even through all of the issues that she was going through while being there present, was able to help me manage my emotions and manage to get through it. And so, and the second question is, what piece of wisdom I would have, that I wish I had while I was on this journey that I wish I'd known earlier is, you know, life is short, and to really cherish the relationships and cherish the moments that you're currently living in, because it could all end in a flash. And I was just, I mean, even to get even more philosophical or even bigger widescreen here, I was just watching The Pale Blue Dot, which is like Carl Sagan talking about Earth and like how every single person, every single accomplishment, every single general, every single president, every single person ever to have lived is on this little blue dot and just inside the universe. We're so insignificant sometimes, and it's just kind of like, you really have to draw on like knowing that every moment is critical, and every second's a blessing due to God. So just wanted to kind of share that as well.
Thank you so much for sharing, Jonathan. Thank you. I see your hand up, but I don't have the
Connie.
name. I see Jonathan as well. Jonathan,
Connie.
Hi,
thank
my,
you. So please introduce yourself and feel free to speak. Thank you.
okay, Patricia Colbert. And what was the first question? The inner strength?
Sure, I'm happy to repeat it for you. So first we asked if you could share a time when you had to draw on your inner strength to navigate a challenge, a certain challenge, and what helped you push through.
Okay,
Jonathan, everybody.
in my family, my husband, my son, and my daughter, and me now, we have diabetes. And in the 2000s, I lost my husband. And then 2018, I lost my son. And my daughter is going through visual. She lost the sight in one eye. And for me, right now, um, I'm I'm losing my sight. So out of all of that, I'm still trying to push through and stay focused and finish this journey at Pepperdine. So yeah. And the wisdom part of the second question is sometimes you have to, I mean, for me, I was selfless and I always was taking care of everybody else. Sometimes you got to take care of yourself and make sure the things that happen to other people don't happen to you.
Right, right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for sharing. And yes, absolutely, taking care of oneself helps you take care of others. If you're not feeling well, then you're not going to be able to help. Viviana, thank you again for sharing. Viviana, go ahead, please. And we have Connie afterwards.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is Viviana Kirby. Prayers to you, Jonathan. Losing your father. Patricia, I know you've shared, about that. So just always thinking about you and your family, what you have going on. Kind of just a two-part, kind of hints at what you said at the end there, Patricia. But starting with wisdom as the one that is always the one people go to, whether I know you personally or family, setting boundaries is okay. It doesn't make you selfish. I'm just now 40 and I feel like I'm just getting to that point where I'm setting healthy boundaries and trying not to feel guilty about it, but it's okay to set those boundaries. And like you said, just taking care of yourself. And then the other part of that is it's okay to ask for help. It's okay. It doesn't make you, don't have like, it doesn't mean you're weak or anything like that. And so just in my community, they're like, figure it out, you'll be okay. I have the weight of the world on my shoulders type thing. And Patricia, you and I kind of have similar things. I have rheumatoid arthritis. It's an autoimmune disease. In the past 2 years, it's just been crazy. And so I just got off a flight to get to class, and I've maybe had 30 minutes of sleep in 48 hours just to do testing and do all of these things. And I am nearing the end, so I can walk in May. And so the strength for me comes from my faith in God. I would not be alive if it were not for him. I would not be in my right mind if it were not for him. And then just actually being I think Patricia and Connie are in my actual cohort. So just seeing them, just knowing what they're going through and just being in here with some of you, just seeing your stories, that's inspiring for me. So that kind of helps me keep going, just to see where you are in your journeys. And so not to make it all churchy or whatever, but God is good. I'm just thankful to be here, and that's where my strength comes from. And then also just being an example. If I can say, hey, if I did all this, child, you can do the same thing and do it better than that. So that's my little
Thank-
right there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Viviana. And for sure, we all draw strength from each other, from each other's stories. Patricia, you shared something very powerful, and we just like all admiration to you with all what you went through. You're still pushing forward, pushing through. So you're a model to really to follow. Thank you for sharing. Go ahead, Connie, please.
Thank you very much, Lena. So to me, wisdom is to know God and also to focus on your family, your mother, your father, your husband, your children. To me, that's wisdom.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. And I would share one takeaway from my recent interviews that I conducted for my dissertation research. One woman, it was on successful Lebanese women leaders in higher education. When I asked this question to one of the participants, she just said almost what you just shared, Connie. She said, if I could go back in time and gain one wisdom that I was not able to see or to visualize at the time, is taking care of my family more, be like spending more time with my family, because life is short, and it's so precious. Family is so precious. Those moments are very precious. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Anyone would like, Christina, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I can share. I lost my dad in 2023, and then I lost both my grandmas like a month apart last year. And we've had like deaths since like 2016 every year for my family, and it's been rough. And I have to say that the biggest loss has been my dad. And I felt like before I felt like I could still like do it, like I could continue with anything and just push forward. And I didn't really acknowledge my feelings too much because I needed to be there for everyone else too. And when my dad passed, I really felt like my world just fell apart. And then I really leaned in on the community at Pepperdine, on Lena and Brenda and everyone that was in my cohort to finish dissertation. But I also leaned in more on my faith. Before I didn't know how to find peace. And, there was one trip, the international trip, when I went to Egypt, when I was at a mosque. I feel like that's the first moment when I realized what peace was supposed to feel like. And then from that moment forward, I was very uneasy when I came back to the States. And after my dad passed away, I started really like trying to build a relationship with God. And I kept questioning what was the right way to build that relationship. So I would say like being honest with your process and really leaning in. Like I kept questioning, like, you know, I'm brought up as a Christian. So I was like, I felt peace at a mosque. And, you know, I listened to the Quran every single night. And before I couldn't sleep, not even for like 2 hours straight. And now I sleep for 6 hours straight. And, you know, like I'm a lot healthier than I was a couple years back. And some people ask me what I am. I don't know what I am. All I know is that I believe in God. And I know that I'm much closer to God now than I was ever before. And I have made it a point to be disciplined and pray every single night and finding that peace and centering myself in God and in my faith, not in a religion.
Wow, Christina, who you are a faithful person, deeply faithful person, and that's a great honor. Thank you for sharing, Christina. So, accelerating action. What does accelerating action mean to you in your personal or professional life? Oh, let me put it in the chat. Sorry about that. What does accelerating action mean to you in your personal or professional life? How have you turned challenges into opportunities?
Okay, I'll go, Lena.
Yes, please.
I have turned challenges into opportunities because, for example, I have a family, I work, I'm in school. All of those are very challenging, but I'm turning them into opportunities because I know that one day that I will complete school and I will be helpful to so many, many people. Currently, I work for the school district, LAUSD, and I'm already helpful to children, but I want to continue to be more helpful to children
Beautiful.
from these challenges.
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you, Connie. I would share something about, you know, my little part of my story. At some point in my life, I felt like I'm stuck. I'm stuck by all means. So I was facing multiple challenges on multiple levels. Health challenges, family, personal, you name it. It just came all together, and that was a long time ago. But then I thought, okay, I need to keep going forward. I'm not gonna give up. I'm facing these challenges, but I have to keep going forward. So what is the best way? How can I keep going forward? What keeps me going? Then I made the decision to go back to school. And that was like at an adult age, when I was adult and I was married and I had 3 kids already. So go back to school, learn, and keep going. And that served me as the oxygen. That was like my oxygen that kept me going forward, because I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And this is how I turned my challenges, to keep it brief, into opportunities to grow and learn, rather than just submitting and giving up. If anyone would like to share, you're welcome to unmute yourself.
I can go next.
Yes, go ahead, Rosalind, please.
Hello, everyone. I think for me, the way I've turned challenges into opportunities is, first, I'll reflect on the challenges and find the lesson in the challenge, because there's always a lesson to be learned. And then once I've acknowledged how I got to this point in my journey, then it's, time for reflection, time for the next step, time to, be more appreciative of how far I've gotten, and, create opportunities where I can turn those challenges into opportunities, and then also seeking outside support as well. I think Viviana said, a lot of times we don't like to ask for support or help, but leveraging some of the things that we have to deal with every day, if someone else can take on that load, then, it's an opportunity for more success in your path.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Rosalind. Anyone would like to share about turning challenges into opportunities? Okay. Jonathan? Okay, so
I can go, Ms. Lena.
yeah, please.
Okay, yeah, so I'll start with the turn challenges into opportunities. I would say, so I'm a chef and also a restaurateur. So for me, I accelerate my action when I was working at Universal Studios. I was a supervisor of entertainment, so pretty much running running the theme park with all the character actors. So in 2020 came and COVID, we was all furloughed. And so I was, okay, what can I do? Well, I always enjoyed cooking. So how can I still provide, for myself and my family? So one thing I did as a child was make pizza for my father and then my daughter when she was younger. So started making pizza. I made 5 for my neighbors, then that 5 turned into 10, and then that 10 turned into 35 every Friday, then it turned into a truck, then turned into a restaurant, so on and so forth. So it's pretty much like, gaining momentum and keep going. But I would say a piece of advice, whatever you're doing, make sure you enjoy it and love it. And I think no matter if I have my highs and lows during that process of the business, I enjoyed making pizza and serving people. So it was never a bad day for me. And the one thing turned challenge to opportunity is being open. People come like, oh, I have dietary restrictions. I like cauliflower crust. Before I'd be like, no, I don't do that. Now I'm like, you know what? I haven't tried it, but I'm open to it. So now for me, everything, if I believe, you don't got to agree with everybody, but I'm open to it. I'll say, I don't know the answer, but let's find it together. So I think every opportunity, every challenge that I come across, I'm more open and receptive to learning something new and, to go another step.
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cordaro.
Yes, ma'am.
Patrick, go ahead. Yeah, sorry, Jonathan. Patricia,
Okay.
whoever. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Patricia. That's okay.
Okay, so I'm here at Hands for Hope, LA, and it's been in existence for 25 years, and she's still going strong. Miss Lydia Floyd, who is the founder and director, and they're going to have their 25th gala on Sunday. And I remember driving in the car. I was working for Southern SCAG, Southern California Associations of Government, and she was working at a high-end law firm. And we used to carpool, and she used to say, I want to do this. I want to take care of kids in the neighborhood that's need things. And I said, you can do it. I kept saying, you can do it. And she did it. And Hands for Hope LA is still in existence 25 years later. I'm here right now. I wanted to interview her for this class for women, because I am so proud of her. And I'm glad I'm still around to help her.
Wow.
Here she is, Lydia Floyd.
Aw.
She's right here. I'm talking.
Hello, everyone.
Wait a minute. I got you.
Hello, hello.
Tell them a little bit about Hands for Hope LA.
Are you guys going to be on for a while?
Oh, you gotta leave?
No, I just wanted to finish up something I was doing. But in any case, hello, everyone. I'm Lydia Floyd. I'm the founder and CEO of Hands for Hope LA, a free after-school program located here in North Hollywood, San Fernando Valley, Van Nuys, and also Pacoima. We serve ages 6 to 24, and Patricia Colbert has been with me since the day I started 25 years ago. We're having a big anniversary gala on Sunday, and we are swamped getting ready for this gala, but I'm glad to talk to you anytime you'd like about this program, because it's very near and dear to my heart.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for stopping and just, saying hi and sharing. Are we invited to the gala dinner or not?
Please buy a ticket. Please donate if you can't buy a ticket.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it for me. I'll shut down now.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you. Patrick?
Hello, everyone. First and foremost, let me say thank you to all of you wonderful ladies that are here and allowing us gentlemen to participate and be heard in this. I just wanted to say that when it comes down to some of the things that we have already discussed with wisdom and challenges and how we handle them, how we overcome them, specifically for you ladies. For me as a young man, one of the critical things that I've always known in my life that allowed me to become the person I am today, that have guided not just me but my family, were the women that were so influential in my formative years in guiding me. Women like my grandmothers, women like my aunts, women like my sisters, women like my late wife. And when I was very young, my grandmother used to tell me something that I never understood that much. And I don't think I took it seriously. She was, I come from a family in the South where we often sat down, ate together, prayed together. I used to get on my knees at night with my grandfather and pray. We prayed before we ate. You had to say a Bible verse before you ate. Yeah, all us boys just said Jesus wept, by the way, just quick and easy. But I said all that to say, my grandmother, bless her soul, she passed away in 2014. She was 91. She used to say to me all the time, be a light in the world, be a light in the world. I didn't always understand it. And it's funny how, as I later on learned what it meant and later on embraced what it meant, she said, you'll be recognized by other people with like minds. You'll be an example for others. So watch how you carry yourself. And it's funny how many times in my life, in leadership positions, in my friendship circles, those types of things help not just me, but other people, other young men, other young ladies. And when I got to Pepperdine University, which is really ironic, I remember the first time I went to the West LA campus, I went up to the third floor where we were having classes, and I left the elevators. And if you guys have been there, right outside the elevators, they have these little posters there. And one of them talks about that Bible scripture where it talks about being a light, a light on the hill and all that. And it, for me, instantly came back to the teachings my grandmother gave me, that she instilled in my mother and my aunts. And I just want to say that all of us here have that in us. And the fact that you ladies are here at this level where people are going to be so influenced by what you're accomplishing, what you have already done. I just want to say, keep doing what you ladies are doing, being those examples, helping us men along the way. We're stubborn at times, boneheaded at times, but we're trainable. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. I appreciate you. If no one's told you that today, and thank you for allowing me to speak and be part of this.
Thank you, Patrick. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And really, it's so touching that you just shared about how inspiring women in your life are. So women in your life are a source of strength, right? So and I love that. And thank you for acknowledging their presence in your life and their impact on you as you grew and you just did what you did and you achieved and you succeeded. So really achieving, admiring and acknowledging the presence of women in our lives, not only for men, but also for us as women, acknowledging the role of our mothers, of our grandmothers. So it's a big thing. So thank you so much for that. Well, you initiated the second question, Patrick. Who has been a source? Think of someone who has been a source of strength for you, and how have they shaped your journey? So how do we as a community lift one another up? We can take the first part of the question first. If you could think of someone who had, shaped and inspired you and shaped your journey. Christina?
I can share. My mom is definitely someone who inspires me. My mom is a cancer survivor. She's had cancer 3 times, and she had stage 4 cancer during COVID. And it was a really rare type of cancer. And they told us there was a 10% chance that she would make it, but she would probably not be able to speak, probably not be able to walk. And my mom said bye to us the day before, that night that she went into surgery. And she's a fighter, and my mom can speak, my mom can walk. It took her a while, but she says you only have 2 options, right? You're either going to fully give up or you're going to fight. And when she came out of that surgery, she fought, and she went through therapy. She's still putting on a fight. And I haven't met someone as strong as my mom. And I would say she has also taught me to love my community, and my community is also a source of inspiration and strength. And I think that in moments like we are experiencing right now, having that in mind, that we can find those moments of love and those moments of solidarity between our community, to put on like the fight that we need to fight, because we are fighting for our lives essentially, then it gives me hope, and the drive that I need to wake up each morning and continue to work for the love I have for my community.
Wow, Christina, admiration, all respect to your mom, and we know now why Christina is a strong fighter, right? Christina is a fighter. Thank you for sharing that, Christina. Connie?
Yes, thank you,
Yes.
Lena. The strength in my life, or the people who influenced me the most in my life, are my late dad and my mother. They had 8 of us. I only have half of what my mom had, 4 children. And my husband and I instilled in our children what my parents instilled in us: morals and values, and a love of education, a love and value of education, and so many other qualities. And so I'm just grateful for my mom, who's currently still alive, and my late dad, for what they did for their children. I learned a lot from them, and that's how I managed to love education, have hardworking skills, working ethics, and everything else that I do.
Beautiful. Love that. Thank you for sharing, Connie. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So, and it happens that was sharing with the team before we started the session that it's Nowruz today, and tomorrow is for the Nowruz, it's the Persian New Year, and it means that it's always actually at the beginning of the spring season, which is beautiful. It emphasizes how the renewal of nature, how nature renews itself, and it starts again. And it happens also, it coincides with Mother's Day in Lebanon tomorrow, which is a beautiful coincidence and a dear day to my heart, as I grew up in Lebanon, always celebrating Mother's Day on the 21st of March. So yeah, appreciating mothers and admiring their roles in our lives, and you know, just dedicating themselves to and pushing through so that we can succeed and achieve in life. Anyone would like to share? Anyone else would like to share about the person who? Okay, so let's move to another question in this conversation, this beautiful conversation tonight. What does it mean to you to lead with purpose? And how do you align your goals with your values?
That's a great question. I would say when you're leading with purpose, you have intent. There's thought behind what you're doing. There's passion behind what you're doing. And when you're leading with purpose and intent, there's kind of like a what do you call it? Sort of like a bubble around
Right.
what your goals are and what you're intending to do, and no one can intervene in that, right? Because you often believe in what your purpose is. You have you're on a path that, you know, no one can steer you away from, because we all, you know, have those negative thoughts, imposter syndrome, all those other things that happen. But when you're leading with purpose and intent, like that is like your go-to mission, I would say, right? So it's got to be with intent.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Rosalind, for sharing.
Yeah,
Dr. Brahme, you had something to say, please?
you know, I just want to actually tag on to what Dr. Robinson said. I always love her perspective. And purpose, I think, for me personally, has helped me gain responsibility and understand the responsibility that I feel that I have towards the earth, towards my fellow human beings, my family, and commitments that I make. So it's enormously deeply helpful in helping me to shape my days, my activities, and how I make progress toward the things that I have committed to. So, yeah, so that's kind of a piece of it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brahme. Anyone would like to share
Yes, ma'am. I can share,
how we may align? Yeah, go ahead, please.
share
Go
one
ahead.
for when it comes to business. I recently sold my bar in Hawthorne Pizzeria, and we're building a cafe here in Leimert Park, scheduled to open late summer, if all goes well with permits. And so aligning my goals with my values. So number one, I let my partners know I am not a capitalist. So I'm not looking for the most bang for my buck. I'm all about teamwork. And so my goals is like, you know, how can we build together and stronger? You know, yeah, we're making more money. So that means we're allowed and able to create more jobs. So I'm not looking for the mansion on top of the hill. I love my community at Crenshaw and Leimert Park. And so, like, you know, me being from DC, I have a big family. We're all together. We all go together. So what I do, I got to make sure when I grow, it's for the team. Yeah, I like to have my own little thing, but the most of it is my goals is about the team. How can we all eat together and grow together? So I like to make sure when I do veer off with my ego, I check myself and make sure what we're doing what's best for the team.
So can I just ask a question here? So can you share with us
Dr. Brahme.
what your venture is going to be called so we can support you? And
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
I mean, we're here to lift you up.
And I appreciate it, Dr. Brame. I miss seeing you in the library. And then also you have the baddest heels in town. You got the baddest heels in town. I swear. The
Hey,
baddest heels
flattery
in
gets you
town.
listen to that. Please back it
Yes,
down.
indeed.
All right, so tell
Yeah.
us about your plays. We want to go
Yes, ma'am.
there and support you.
Indeed. Yes, ma'am. So we started off as Cordero's Pizza. Then we merged into the Crossroads LA, which was located in Hawthorne. It was a beer and wine bar and pizzeria. And so I recently sold that 2 months ago. And so now we're going to the Mix Cafe. The Mix Cafe, we have 3 values. It's a mix of concepts, culture, and community. My partner is from here, the Crenshaw District. It's Anthony Harris Jr., and I'm from Washington, D.C. And he also has a Haitian descent background. So we're just trying to blend in our families, our communities, our cultures, our concepts together as one. Here in Leimert Park and Crenshaw District, is not many breakfast options. That's not fast food. So we want to bring that to the community. Again, I love to cook. My dad was a chef in the Army, and I'm 37. I still aspire to be like my dad when I grow up. So just having creating that family value and aspect here. So it's called the Mix Cafe. But I will share my website, which we're going to have the mix as well. And my
Yeah.
Please do. We all love food here. We all love cooking.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Thank you. Ramona?
No, I just want to piggyback what Cordero said. First off, Dr. Brahmi, don't get excited. He probably won't bring you any food. We're still waiting. So there you go. But I want to piggyback what he said, because I just think there are not enough just Black men and women in general who have that mentality of let's come together, let's bring our money together. You see it a lot in Asian cultures and Middle Eastern cultures, and Hispanic cultures. Like, they will live 20 strong in a house to save money to get to that end. You get 3 of us. No, I want to live with Uncle Joe. No, I ain't going. No, I'm not going to. So for Cordero to say that, it's like it gives you a little bit of hope, because you want to just start bringing your money so we can all do it together. It's not this one, kind of one and done. Well, Cordero has it, so now he's done with everybody else. So Cordero, I know I give you a hard time so often, but I appreciate that, just that mentality of inclusion, just making sure, hey, we can all get here together. And it's going to be a struggle. Sure, there'll be challenges. That just goes with anything when you're trying to get something off the ground. But like I said, I love food too, Cordero. So when and I'm always in LA because my sisters, they live like 5 minutes away from that whole little Leimert part. But yeah. So anyway, I'll just speak for myself. I can't speak for the group. Anyway, I can support you. Just let me know. Food nasty, I'm gonna be on Yelp talking about how nasty your food is. So just know that I love you, but I appreciate you I do, and so much appreciate you saying that, that you want to be inclusive, and let's do this together. And you're not trying to be this Lone Ranger trying to do it. So kudos to you.
Cordero?
And Cordero, I'm from Baltimore, so we're brothers and sisters, right?
Cordero, I would like to say congratulations to you and to let you know that in the Crenshaw district are high schools, middle schools, elementary schools. Let them know that you do have a restaurant so that you can be supported.
Yes, ma'am. Will do, Ms. County. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. So if you could give one piece of advice to another woman striving to achieve her goals, one advice to another woman who is striving to achieve her goals, what would it be?
Don't listen to the chatter. Follow your heart.
I love that.
Keep going.
Hold on. Don't let go.
Don't let go. Don't give up.
Ever.
Also, for guidance, friendship, partnership. You know, us as men, you know, I can speak for my brothers in here. I know Jonathan, Patrick, and Corey, you know, we here for you. You know, whether it's a phone call or something, you know, like for example, I know Miss Patricia, she shared, you know, some ailments that she has. I'm willing to help her at any time. So she has my number. You know, she said she has hard time seeing. All right, I see for you. You know, we're in a group together now, so we'll make it happen. So you have a partner here, here in Pepperdine and all the gentlemen in this room. So we appreciate you ladies.
And we appreciate you coming and sharing with us. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us this evening. Unless anyone else has anything to share, anything else to share about? Oh, what is it that you're showing us here? Patricia, 25. What anniversary is this? Sorry.
Hands for Hope Ballet.
Oh.
This is their t-shirt.
Oh, wow.
Black and gold.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Anyone has anything else to share about our wisdom circle tonight and showing resilience, holding to your, pursuing your goals, keeping up with your values?
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lena,
Ramona.
thank you, Lena, for this impromptu panel. I enjoyed, yes, I enjoyed. I didn't know it was something impromptu, for everybody to be involved. But I thank you for the inclusion. That's what our class is about, DEIB, and we're included. And so I appreciate that. It was unexpected. I thought I was going to listen as usual to a guest speaker and a whole lot of panelists, but
No, this was meant to be an open conversation, just an
yes.
open space, a safe space, open conversation, warm, a chat to just share stories and learn from each other and empower each other. And I was also impressed that with the gentleman who joined this circle tonight, this evening. So thank you so much for joining and for sharing your admiration to women who uplifted you in your journey throughout your life, who inspired you. That was very meaningful because coming from a gentleman who's admiring women in their life, it's really a great example to show how women can just, succeed and achieve and just leave a great impact on generations to come, not only achieve for themselves, but also impacting, leaving that beautiful legacy on their sons, on grandsons, on friends. So that was a great testimony tonight. This is how I see it. And thank you again for joining us, gentlemen. And thank you for the women. We don't want to forget thanking our well, unless anyone has anything else to share.
I do. I'm
please,
sorry.
Please.
I always, yeah, but I just feel compelled to give a shout out to Ramona, who started us off with this totally badass example of, her shooting expertise. Thank you for that. And I kind of
Thank you.
maybe want to take shooting lessons from you. So
Hey, Dr. Brahmi, I'll be down there next weekend. So I'll be there Friday. I'll be more than happy to go to the gun range with you. We'll go to the one on Manchester.
Okay. All right.
Shoot me an email.
We're going to do this.
You shoot me an email and we are there.
All right. Okay. We're on.
Are we invited?
Oh, all is welcome.
Thank you so much. That was
I do
sweet.
not want to be around Ramona and guns, for the record.
Well, I think that was really beautiful and refreshing and insightful. Thank you so much and inspiring. So Thank you. Thanks to each one of you for being here tonight, for showing up and sharing your stories, and for holding this space for one another. Truly, conversations like these remind us how much wisdom and strength we have within us and within our community, our GSCP community. I wanted also to remind you all to join us again next week for another special event in our Women's History Month series on March 27. We will be hosting an alumni panel featuring amazing graduates from both divisions, the education and psychology, across both divisions, as they share their journeys and insights with us. It's going to be another great opportunity to learn and connect, so I hope to see many of you there. And again, thank you all for your time, your openness, and your energy tonight. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your evening.
Take care, everybody.
Thank
Night,
you, Lena.
everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
everybody.